In my opinion, Hurricane Ida was a blessing in disguise for the Saints.
Packers fans are idiots.
George Kittle loves to get yards, especially after the catch.
Welcome back to Certified Beef. It is March. We are here to do our March Madness episode. We go through each region, pick up, show some upsets that we have, our favorites to win the bracket, each region, and then some teams that we might be a little bit of a Cinderella. We also have our good friend Andrew Bailey on to go through the bracket as well.
Woo!
And then we also, special little teaser, we're going to do our record predictions, little like recap, see who's going to be the loser and eating the Blazin Wings. And yeah, hopefully Andrew, I can tell he doesn't want to do it again.
I do not. I appreciate you for realizing that.
It is a guaranteed spot back on the podcast, though, if you do lose.
as if I'm not gonna be.
Yeah. But Brandon, Brandon is the only one that knows. I have no idea. Haven't looked at it. Brandon is the only one that knows who is going to be eating the Blazin Wings.
Yeah. Overall, I'm very proud of all of our performances this year. Every single one of us, including Jarrett and Matt, got under what we did last year. So improvement.
What was I think the lowest was like
101
something. Yeah, it was bad.
So we are all under that threshold, which is good. Our best overall team across the board for us was the Denver Broncos. We missed by a total of 3. We are off by a difference of 3. So we are all within I think me and you, Jack, both had them at 7 and 10, and they ended up going 8 and 9. So that's where we missed.
The Broncos went 8 and 9.
I think so.
Oh, that's crazy. I can't believe they won that many games. It's been that long, I guess, since I paid attention to the NFL with records. I think you're right, but I can't believe they went 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
That's crazy.
And then let's see. The worst we did across the board was 2 teams. The Carolina Panthers.
Big time.
Yeah, big shocker there. And then also the Los Angeles Rams. Both went in opposite directions of what we thought they were going to do. So
Wee's butt. Yeah. I thought I had them pretty high. I'd said they weren't going to do what they did last year.
I think I had them at like 3 wins, and I think Brandon had them about that. So I think it was like some other. I think you were the one that was like on the outside of us, where you kind of had them doing a lot better than or about what they did last year, if not a little bit better
for the Rams.
Yeah,
so
I did bad.
Andrew and Matt were both off by 4. Jack was off by 7, and I was off by 5. Jarrett was off by 8, but
so you probably had them at like 6 and 11 because they went like 10 and 7, didn't they? I think.
Yes, that sounds.
Yeah.
Yep, they went 10-7, and then for the Panthers, obviously 2-win season, all shot a little high there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I had them at like 7 and 10 because I was like, that's what they did that Andrew thought they were going to do last year. Or no, he might have done a little crazier than something like that. So I was like, okay, they're going to be better this year. They should have been better, but I mean,
did I have them at 11 and 5 this year? Is that what I had?
9 and 8.
9 and 8.
Okay, that's not that bad. That's not that bad.
It sounded better
because I went 7 and 10 last year, and I was like, they've improved everywhere.
Yeah,
with the exception of the wide receiver spot.
No,
they still haven't improved that.
They got Deontay Johnson.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I forget about that.
That defense is starting to look good. If we can get Leggett, I will feel happy because I didn't want Mingo in the first place.
That guy's a beast in Madden.
Jonathan Mingo? Oh God, yeah, he is.
No. I'm saying Xavier Leggett.
He's not in Madden.
Oh, he's a South Carolina
franchise.
Guy,
in a franchise, I did it. I drafted him. He's actually insane.
No, I mean he's like a mini DK.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Yeah, have you ever heard him talk?
His voice is hilarious. It's so funny.
Man,
it's like
it's like Randy Moss.
It is. It's worse than that. It's actually and it's deeper too. Like he doesn't have that like high pitch like Randy. He's like the deep voice. It's crazy. Yeah, it's hilarious.
If you had to guess what our best division was, which would you guess?
AFC North, because I did really good in that.
Andrew?
Uh, give me the NFC North.
It was actually the NFC East with
Hmm.
43 total like points off, which
I
is
feel like that makes sense because
pretty surprising. But yeah,
because
yeah,
I was really good with the Giants because the
you were
Giants
spot on with you missed the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders by one each, and then you got the Cowboys straight on.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that
That's pretty
is.
good.
So you really helped us there. And then let's see, our worst one is the NFC South. Not a big
Yeah,
shocker with the
the fucking
Panthers
The Bucks and the
and
Panthers screwed that.
the Bucks. We were off by 26 on the Bucks. Otherwise, the Falcons and the Saints, we were within 10. So, but yeah, should
Hmm.
we get to the winners and losers now?
Yeah, I feel pretty good now because the fact that you just told me I had 3 points in one division. I know I did really good in the AFC North. I'm feeling pretty good.
All right. In first place with a total of 74 points is yours truly. Finished with 74 points. In second place with a total of 79 points is Jack
Wow.
Zunick.
Yeah. Okay.
Feel better?
Okay. Oh, I mean, it's nervous when you don't hear your name. I'm scared because
Yeah.
I don't want to ever do that again.
In third place with a total of 85 points.
Oh my God, me and Brandon just.
Jared Fenema.
Oh no, Andrew. Oh no.
All right. In fourth place with a total of 89 points, Mr. Andrew Bailey.
Oh, let's go.
And in fourth place with a total of 89 points, Matt Hugian. So we got a tie for last place.
So I'm not doing them because I did them last
Who the
year.
heck is the tie? Who's the tie for last place?
Matt.
Oh, those two?
Yep. So
I don't know if I don't know if I could. I mean that this might be up to a committee, but I mean maybe we'll just give you a pass. But
might have
that I
to,
feel like
or
a tie.
you just do 4 wings, split it 3 ways.
It's not how that goes.
So that will be interesting to figure out what we do for that, but something will be done.
Oh, I have a great idea.
What?
If Matt fills out a bracket in this thing, you just do whoever does the worst in this, and that's the loser.
I agree.
That I feel like that's just got to be what it. I mean, it like this is like 100% luck. Like, there's no like analysis to this really. Like, even though you could, I feel like that is that. Would you say is that fair, Andrew, or is that
I'd say that's
ludicrous?
fair.
Okay, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, your bracket is top notch because death is on the line. But the thing is you've done it before. You know what it takes for it to not suck as bad, I guess. Well, actually, you did a lot better than me because my strategy was to drink as much cold stuff as possible, and that involved like
I just did it throughout the night.
yeah, I did a quart of chocolate milk and a pint of ice cream in like the first hour, and I literally felt like shit the entire day.
Both were equally entertaining for me. So,
All right, well, now this is even more important. We're gonna just get into it. The bracket now is huge. Andrew and Matt going head to head, but with still everyone's in it. But this is head to head. It's crazy. This is gonna be awesome. I'm ecstatic because I'm on the outside looking in. I don't have to do it, but we'll just get right into it. We'll go region by region. We'll talk about some upsets that each of us have, and then I guess some teams that you guys have going far that most people probably don't, and then your region winner. We'll start in the East. This region is fucking bullshit. I fucking hate this region. Also, I will get into it later. The committee absolutely sucks, and I have a fix for the college basketball tournament.
The quad win, quad loss thing is ridiculous.
No, yeah, that's the thing is what I don't get. I'll just get into it now, I guess. What is the point of that the net rankings if it doesn't do anything when it comes to the committee? Yeah, it doesn't matter. What they should do, like they said, every automatic bid should not have to play in a playing game.
Yep.
They should just automatically get to play. The playing games would be at-large bids. And then the way it should work is the rankings of like all the teams, the seeds, should go based off net rankings. So the number one team, if they like, okay, so if UConn was the number one in the net, or like let's say they're the number two in the net, and Houston was number one, whoever wins their conference tournament between those two, if one of them doesn't, one of them wins, they'd bump up. So if like you got the top four, the net, so you just go down the net, and that's how it works. And then the automatic bids would fill in, and it would just go down. That's how it should. So if like let's say like you're the 5 or the 7th net in the net, and you win your conference tournament, you bump up one seed. You only bump up one seed instead of going up multiple. I don't know. I agree. Like it should be that. That's what they should do. But the net means nothing because like you look at Texas A&M, they had like 5 quad 3 losses, which are supposed to be detrimental, and they somehow made it, which I'm not opposed to because they're an entertaining team. But I don't know. It makes no sense to me. And that's how I would fix it, but they won't. Because like Virginia, fuck Virginia. Like they shouldn't even be playing right now. They're painful to watch.
They're not in it, are they? Oh, they're in the playing game.
Yeah,
Playing
right now.
Dude, I saw this one thing. Someone was like, do you think North Carolina threw that game so that way they could try to keep Virginia from playing?
No.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
I mean, that's another thing. Why the fuck is North Carolina a 1 seed?
Because we are 1,000 times better and have a head-to-head win against Tennessee.
No,
Shut your mouth.
but-
Yes,
Iowa
yes.
State. Iowa State.
State.
It should be the
No,
Iowa State,
absolutely
yes.
not.
Yes,
Iowa
because
State is sitting there with the 31st in strength of schedule. They're only 6-5 against top 25 teams. They had one good win.
they
had
played
one.
the Big 12 though.
The Big 12 is not that great. I don't
They're
understand.
the best conference of basketball.
They are not. They are
They're
absolutely
easily not even
no,
close.
They're not.
Who is
they're
the best
not.
then?
It's hands down. It is the ACC.
Huh?
And I will give you 3 reasons
The
why right
ACC?
now. The same argument that teams use for playing in the SEC, the ACC does not get when it comes to basketball. When you are NC State and you have to play Duke and North Carolina 4 times, that in and of itself is ridiculous. Sometimes 5. They actually had to play them 6 times because they had 2 against Duke, 2 against North Carolina in the regular season, and then they played both of them in the ACC tournament. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that's
winning the
ridiculous.
ACC tournament just saying how bad the ACC actually is?
No, not at all. I mean, North Carolina hasn't won an ACC tournament and won a national championship ever. This is the first time NC State has won it since 97. Since 2015, the ACC has the most national champions, the most different national champions, because there's 2 in Carolina, Virginia. There's 1 in Carolina. They've been to 3 in that time. Duke has been
2015 they won.
Yeah, they won in 2015. Then Virginia's won 1, and Syracuse didn't win 1.
No, 2003.
Who was it that made a big run?
Somebody else. Virginia won in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought there was 4. I thought there was 4.
It's only 3. It's only 3.
So like this whole I don't understand the Big 12 love, and honestly, the SEC
ACC
love.
is bad this year. They're not good.
The thing is, they're really not that bad. They shouldn't have only had 4.
Like they have 5 teams. They have 5 teams.
They do.
They shouldn't even have 5 teams.
They weren't going to have that 5th one.
They shouldn't, because Virginia shouldn't have made it. Well, no, Virginia should have. Honestly, they should only have 3.
Nobody wants to.
State didn't win.
The thing is, Virginia is Virginia. The reason people don't like Virginia is nothing to do with whether they're good or bad. North Carolina hasn't beaten Virginia and Charlottesville before this year since 2011. They're impossible to play. They play ugly basketball. They don't play bad horrible. They play ugly to watch basketball, and it's demoralizing and fucking annoying, especially coming from a guy that wants to see these guys run up and down the court.
Yeah.
No, it's painful.
And also
they're the worst.
Yeah, and in head-to-head wins, I was looking at it because I had this argument with somebody else about the SEC earlier. It just is. It just is the ACC, and I don't understand why those middle of the pack, like a Pittsburgh, doesn't get the same grace that I'm trying to think of somebody in football. Florida gets in football, where they are they they have to play a lot of tough teams, or like LSU. If LSU's having a bad year, it's like, well, we still should probably give them a New Year's Six bowl, even though they've lost to this team, and this team. But those were really, really good teams, and they're in the SEC, so that's tough in general. I don't understand why the ACC doesn't get that. And in all honesty, maybe this year because Michigan was down so bad and Michigan State's been down a little bit, but the Big Ten is better than the Big 12 as an overall conference.
No,
not recently.
Basketball this year.
Maybe not
so bad this year.
Maybe not this year
because normally, but the Big 12 has gotten really good. They like over the last couple of years, they've gotten really good, and that was before Houston even joined.
But like
and
outside
BYU joined.
Yeah, but I'm saying really good. BYU they're fine. Like they're nothing. Like you're playing UCF.
UCF. It was very good, like very competitive this year, though.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying is like they're competitive in the Big 12, but for whatever reason, because the Big 12 has beaten up on each other so much this year, which the ACC always does in football, the Big 12 is getting this whole like love. It's like, oh man, they're just that good of a conference. But in football, it's like, no, these teams suck. You've got 5 teams with 8 and 5 wins.
But the thing with I get that, but like the Big 12 also has they also have the top heavy. Like the ACC doesn't have as much top heavy as they don't have the star teams as much as the Big 12. Like even though Kansas is still going to be looked at as that star, even though this year
I'll be honest, Kansas would have been a lot better. That white kid got hurt. And then
Dickinson and McCullers got hurt, but they're also just playing. They were playing bad basketball too.
But realistically, Iowa State's been good the last couple years. Who else we got on here?
The Pac-12 is worse than the ACC. I'll say that. Like the Pac-12 is garbage.
That's no doubt.
That's horrible.
The Pac-12 hasn't been good in basketball in a long, long time. You had Oregon had 2 good years, and then USC is nah.
Arizona runs that conference, and that's about it.
What I'm saying.
And they're going to Big 12 next year. The Big 12 is going to be so good next year, though. Yeah. That's the thing. The Big 12 is going to be gross.
I'm just sorry, I'm trying to look, and maybe I'm missing something. You could even make an argument that the Big East is just as good.
No, the Big East is really good. They would rank the second best conference in basketball this year.
Outside
and they got hosed.
But who am I missing that's in the Big 12 that's so fucking good? Baylor?
Baylor's really good. Baylor's still really good.
Okay, so they've been good the last 3, maybe 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Houston getting added.
No, they won. COVID year was Baylor. Houston getting added though to that conference was a big boost though.
Well, the only thing I don't think that helped the top. I really don't think that even really helped the conference. I just think that helped Houston.
Well, because they play better teams, but the fact that they're that good still when they get added to a Power 5 conference or Power 6 conference it shows how good they are.
I guess my thought process is when I see that and I see not a team that wasn't in that conference come in and start dominating, I think that says more about how bad the conference is.
I think that's just more about how good that team is, more than how bad
I'm not denying
is.
that there aren't good teams, but you're going to sit there and tell me that Kansas is any better than Duke?
Well, I would if they didn't play like shit this year. I would say that, and they actually had depth. I would say yes, Kansas is better than Duke, but this year, no, I would say Duke is better, 100%. But overall, I would definitely say Kansas is better. I think Duke has been down since 2015. I don't think they've been. The Zion year was the only one, only good year.
The only thing I'll say, but even then, no. Since 2015, they've had. Now, Kyrie was the year before.
2011.
Yeah. Who else? Who was it? Dude, they've had Jahlil Okafor. They had Zion. They've had.
That was before. That was 2015. The Zion year was really the only. 2019, but Jahlil
RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett. That was the same year as Zion.
Did all those guys? Honestly, K started doing the same thing that Calipari did at Kentucky, and then just started doing one and dones, and then they just always had a top 3 recruiting class every year, and it was like, well, you better watch out for Duke.
That's the thing. They haven't had really good recruiting.
And then there's one white guy that stays there for 12 years. No, they have had good recruiting. That's the thing is they've still been.
I mean, yeah, they just haven't had good teams because I think the switch to John Shire hasn't been good. Great. But next year they're going to be if Duke doesn't win the national title next year, they got issues.
They won't. They won't.
They
If
should.
Duke-
They got Cooper
They
Flag
should.
yeah,
coming
but the
in.
thing is, there's tons of times that they should, and they just don't. They're just aren't. They are not a team that is really ever built for college basketball. I mean,
I think if Kyle Filipowski returns, I think they win the title. He's like the guy in college basketball that you need. You need him. He is.
I bet you
the
liked
bread and
Grayson
butter.
Allen too, didn't you?
I love Duke. I really love Duke. I love Duke. I hate North Carolina.
How was that national, or how was that Final Four 2 years ago?
Which one?
The one
I
2
mean,
years
yeah,
ago.
that was fine. It was.
Which,
I
by
mean,
the
I'm
way,
not
you said
not
like
a
Duke's
Duke
been
fan.
like down. They went to the Final Four 2 years ago.
Yeah, but they weren't. It
Yeah,
still wasn't that great.
sure,
of a
John
team.
Shire.
It wasn't like a national like they would have probably got boat raced by Kansas the next game.
And well, we should have beaten Kansas that year, and then
I don't know. I
had
don't
a
know what it is.
24-point lead, and then
Yeah.
just blew it.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but like I'm a Jordan guy, and I hate North Carolina basketball. I love Duke. I'm not a Duke fan, but I love Duke when it comes to college basketball.
What do you hate about North Carolina basketball?
I don't know. I've
that
always
every
been
like
a Duke.
3-4 years that they're always in national championship.
I don't know.
contention.
I just like, maybe it's because Coach K was he's a Polak and I'm a Polak, and maybe that's just the blood flowing through me. It's just like
Maybe.
the
Anyway,
allegiance with
let's
that.
just go to the East because I'm just still
Yeah.
in awe that you think the Big 12 is like.
It's just, I mean, that's just an objective thing. It's not even like a personal opinion. That's just like objective throughout the whole thing.
Oh, that's fair.
I'll start. I only have one upset in the first round. I had multiple. Now I only have one. It's Drake. I hate the Pac-12. The Pac-12 sucks. Drake is a far better team than a 10 seed, I think. And yeah, I mean, their net ranking is almost the same as Washington State, and that's the only upset I have in the first round.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I got Drake over Washington State, and then like the only other lower seed I have winning is Northwestern over FAU. I forgot why I picked that, but I did. So
I think a lot of times
the
people just pick
because
an
it's
8
boo-booey.
over a 9.
The only reason why I picked FAU is because people say that they're supposed to be better this year than they were last year, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to pick them to go any further than that.
They still got Vlad Golden on that team.
Yeah, they got better this
Kelly.
year, I guess. They're somehow better than they were last year, and they somehow didn't win their conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I got FAU. I've got Duquesne over BYU.
I did, but Duquesne is garbage. They're literally one of the worst. They're one of the worst teams in the tournament, and this is one of the botches by the committee. They're like, they already had 35 of 36 at large bids picked before the Sunday games, and I don't remember if the A10 was finished Sunday. So it seems like they just slobbed them into the 11 seed because that's what they had. So yeah, Duquesne's garbage. BYU.
I mean, that's a pretty big jump. My thing is Duquesne's defense.
Yeah,
I think is going to pull down BYU's offense, but
BYU's also got a solid defense too.
Yeah, but BYU's defense averages 69 and Duquesne averages scoring 70, so they're playing right on brand.
Yeah, I don't know. I just everything I've heard about Duke, I was all in.
I don't have them going any further.
Well, no, I was all in on Duquesne. I had them in the Sweet 16, and then I see this crap. I just kept looking into them more, and I'm like, I fucking hate this team because they were a bid stealer too. So then they fucked over other teams, and that's why I don't like them because they shouldn't even be in the tournament because they're garbage. They just stole a bid.
That's fair.
Also, fuck Dayton. I mean, they're fuck Dayton. I'll get to that later too. Let's see. I have BYU going far. I got them going to the Sweet 16. Are we
not just going like game by game and then moving up?
Nah, just kind of like focusing on upsets and like teams you have going and like kind of like to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Like if you're just kind of chalk, it's like I have mine's chalk kind of until the Sweet 16 on the top side. I have them in the Elite Eight. Yeah, same.
I don't know if that's just my Iowa State hating bias, but like I actually like Iowa State this year, but I don't know. Drake's also a team that could go.
I've got Illinois taking them down in the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
I can also see that too because like Terrence Shannon Jr. is the real deal.
His Big Ten performance is nuts.
They're due for a top 25 win, and not to mention, I mean, again, it goes back to like their defense is pretty much what Iowa State scores normally, and I don't know. I like Illinois in this. My biggest thing is I almost had Auburn or Illinois taking down UConn.
I had Auburn taking down UConn.
You do?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
That's kind of my gut feeling is that like I know UConn's an absolute juggernaut still, like Tristan Newton and everything, but I don't know Auburn.
I just think
was
UConn's been there before.
Yeah. No, the thing is, the reason why I fucking hate this region is because conference tournament winners generally don't go far in the tournament, and they put 4 of them in here, the Power 6. So I only have one of them making it to the Sweet 16. That's UConn. I have SDSU beating Auburn, BYU beating Illinois, and Drake beating Iowa State, and then I have UConn and Drake in the Elite Eight.
I also wouldn't be surprised if like the winner came from this region because it seemed pretty stacked.
Who do you have as far as San Diego State or UAB?
San Diego.
I have San Diego State.
Same. Okay.
UAB is not that good. They're a bid stealer, not a very good team. San Diego State. The thing with them is they like if they could lose, but the problem is they defend the 3 very well, and UAB is a horrible 3-point shooting team, and that just kind of like plays to their advantage. Or it was the other way around. It might have been the other way around. I don't remember. But they like UAB just doesn't match up very well against San Diego State. I was gonna pick them because the San Diego State getting a 5 seed is absolutely fucking bullshit because they only got a 5 seed because they were in the Final Four last year
in the title
because Utah State was the best team in the Mountain West this year and they got an 8 seed. The Mountain West got fucked and they got absolutely hosed. The committee is I fucking hate the committee. I've said it enough, but I have UConn winning this region pretty easily.
I have Auburn.
Yeah, I've got UConn.
I like Auburn and UConn out of all of it, though. I think Iowa State got a really bad draw.
Yeah.
I think Auburn has a way better draw than any other team outside of UConn.
I mean, Iowa State just really, they really just haven't. Because they were talking about this. I was talking about it with my brother. Like, outside of that Houston one, they really haven't played anybody that great.
Well, they played the Big 12. I mean,
yeah,
but that's Jesus. I'm telling y'all. All right, correct me.
Just a bunch of ranked.
When it's all said and done, we'll talk.
Hey, I mean, I don't even think I have a Big 12 team in the Final Four. So, spoiler, but yeah. All right, we'll move to the West. The West. This is actually I think this might be my favorite region. I think this is my favorite region. Even though there's no, just in general. I think this is gonna be the most chaos. Actually, I think the South might be a little bit, or Midwest. No, South. I can't remember.
I don't think this one's gonna be that much chaos at all. I mean, I think you're gonna see. I mean, I have Mississippi State shouldn't have made the tournament.
Nah, fuck that. I have them winning because fuck Tom Izzo. Fuck that guy.
I do not like Tom Izzo. I will gladly say that, but I don't see.
Michigan State.
I have Michigan State in that one, but because Mississippi State shouldn't have made the tournament, they just shouldn't have.
They made the tournament because of their performance in the SEC tournament. Yeah. That's the only reason why. Hey, if you want to talk about bullshit fucking bids, Mississippi State, they probably got it because of the SEC love. Because the SEC's
gotten a lot of love
for basketball
recently.
Yeah, so that's I mean, yeah, they probably should have made it, but there's some teams like Pittsburgh probably shouldn't have made it. So that like Seton Hall, the one team that got fucked out of all of it. So if anything, Seton Hall gets put here, I'd pick Seton Hall over Michigan State because fuck Tom Izzo. Yeah.
Yeah, the only technical upset I have in that first round is Mississippi State.
I got New Mexico beating Clemson.
I got a lot of upsets in this.
That's going to depend on what's his name, the white kid. He's probably transferred to North Carolina.
Joe Girard?
No. PJ.
I don't know anything.
I know what you're talking about.
PJ came in second in ACC Player of the Year voting, and in all honesty, like had RJ not been doing what RJ was doing, he would. PJ Hall, that's his name.
PJ Hall.
Yeah. Yeah. If he's shooting, I mean that team's hard to beat.
I think
And
New
I hate
Mexico's
Clemson.
I think New Mexico's gonna kill them. New Mexico is the worst seeded team in this tournament. They're a 6 seed at the highest. Their net ranking is 22. Disrespected. They weren't even going to get in the tournament if they didn't win their tournament. Disrespected. I think they fucking whoop Clemson. Absolutely whoop them.
I've actually got Clemson beating Baylor.
Yeah, no. I like GCU too. GCU over St. Mary's.
That was
St.
a
Mary's
tough one because the
St. Mary's a very
trapezoid of excellence.
Yeah, no, I agree. GCU though, they are a great offensive team, and the big thing with St. Mary's is they're a very small team. GCU, very lanky team. I think they're going to cause problems.
I want to get you guys' opinion on. I was kind of struggling. I went with the higher seed, but I was struggling with Arizona and Long Beach State because
it's Arizona. I can't. Yeah. I literally refuse to pick a 15
Arizona
seed.
Tends to underperform. Like,
no, I mean I have them losing in the second round.
That's why I do too.
Do you?
Yeah,
I have them losing to Dayton in the second round.
Arizona has really struggled against bad teams, especially in their conference this year. And Nevada is a really good team out of the Mountain West, and I have them beating Dayton too because fuck Dayton, shouldn't have been in the tournament anyways. But Nevada, good solid team. They should probably be a better seed. And I think the Mountain West I got something to prove. I think people are pissed off that they got so many bids, and I think they have something to prove.
Thing about Long Beach State though is that like we mentioned it like off air
that coach is so wild. The coach getting fired a week before the tournament.
Like they have something to play for. Like Tommy Lloyd is not going anywhere.
But I cannot pick a 15
for the draft.
I cannot pick a 1 or a 15 or 15 or 16. But I would bet the fuck out of them because it's profitable.
Happened the past 2 years.
The 12 through 16 betting is profitable. Actually, betting the favorite or the underdog. The betting the underdog in every game in the NCAA tournament is profitable. But yeah, I will never pick a 15 or a 16. But like, I would totally bet it because why not?
Like that one, that's gonna be the one I'm not surprised if Arizona loses. I'm just gonna be like, I told you so. Nothing more.
Yeah. I got Arizona going all the way to the Elite Eight.
I mean, that's fair. They are very good, and I would love to see him. I would love to see Arizona play UNC. Caleb
Love game.
Mm-hmm. Did you see? Did you see the rumor that why he left? You ever see the rumor why he left?
It's about it's RJ and his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Which it's not true because
it's not, but it's so funny.
No, they posted a picture together after that didn't happen. Like I mean,
it's just hilarious that's the rumor that's going on.
I think it's funny that the first and last games that Duke lost in Cameron were against Caleb Love and North Carolina.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will say this. I think North Carolina's toughest challenge is Alabama because it has a lot of like when we played Texas A&M a couple years ago and Texas A&M could not miss from 3-point land. They could not miss. North Carolina's entire team comes down to two things. One,
RJ Davis.
Nope. RJ's going to perform. No, RJ's going to. That's one.
Yeah.
That's one. And Cormac Ryan. If Cormac Ryan, he looks like he got beat the shit out of in a boxing match.
I know.
I love him though. I love him, but
he looks like the guy from Southpaw. He looks like Jake Gyllenhaal in Southpaw.
No, but their entire thing has them like. I mean, if Cormac can consistently shoot, if he can shoot, we'll say 40% from the 3-point line, and Harrison Ingram can give us 15 points. Which is kind of what was happening there for a second when North Carolina won 10 in a row. The team's unbeatable. That team is unbeatable when they're clicking on all cylinders. And the reason I think they're going to click on all cylinders, you know what happened the last time North Carolina played in Phoenix?
I can't recall.
They weren't going to be denied that year.
Was that the one where they beat 2017?
It was Gonzaga.
Yeah.
That was the last time it was here. And you know who else had a Cinderella run that tournament?
Couldn't
I
tell
don't
you.
remember.
That would be the
I
Gamecocks.
No.
Kidding. I will say this. I have an insight about Alabama and like another team like Alabama. I have them losing in the round of 32 to GCU. No team that has a top 10 rated efficiency in offense and a less than 100 in defensive efficiency has ever made the Sweet 16. Never made it.
Really?
There's two teams that fit that category this year. That is Alabama and Kentucky.
Oh no.
Interesting. You know
They've
what?
never made. I'm just saying they've never made the Sweet 16. None of that criteria.
But I'm gonna keep you on that. I'm gonna take St. Mary then, and I'm gonna have UNC rolling over St. Mary.
Yeah, they would kill St. Mary's. They would absolutely kill them. The size would just be too much.
Oh.
Also, I fucking hate Armando Bacot. That guy is so.
Why do you hate
just
Armando, man?
I hate
You're not
him
an
so
Outer
much.
Banks fan?
No, I did. That's the only thing that's good about him. He's in Outer Banks. He's kind of like Drew Timmy. Just go the fuck away. Just leave. Just fucking go on with your life. I'm expecting him to come back for senior day number 3 next year. I totally expect him to get some bullshit fucking 7th year, whatever he's in. I just don't like him. I really don't like him.
But you like Grayson Allen.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't really like Grayson Allen. I just remember I will say this. This is how when I started liking Duke. I was in Phoenix in 2015, and I remember Wisconsin beat Kentucky, and I kind of wanted that to happen, but I'm Minnesota, so I didn't like Wisconsin. I was rooting for Duke to beat Wisconsin in the national title game that year, and that's kind of when I started to like Duke.
And they had Minnesota boy Tyus Jones.
Yeah, that also, yeah. So that's kind of why I like Duke. And that's kind of where it started.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't know. I like Duke. I really like Duke for no reason. But okay, so also I said GCU. I have in the Sweet 16.
I'm taking
New Mexico
St. Mary,
beating
though.
Baylor. I have New Mexico beating Baylor in the round of 32. I have Nevada beating Arizona. Then I have New Mexico in the Elite 8.
Yep. I just have Dayton.
They're fucking insanely. They're
Nevada.
way better than what they are seeded. They if they make it to the Final Four, which they very well could.
Who?
They're going to be hailed. New Mexico. They have everything to. They play fast. They're really good offensively and really good defensively. And I think they could keep up with North Carolina. I think they could really keep up with North Carolina with their tempo. And because North Carolina loves to get it out on the break.
Oh yeah.
They got
that Elite 8 game would be awesome. New Mexico, North Carolina would be awesome. They have Jamal Mashburn Jr. Oh, that game would be awesome.
Oh, that would be the Elite 8 game.
Yeah.
Oh God. You know what, man? I gotta keep my Clemson thing. I don't know, man. The way you're talking about
they're underdogs. Clemson's underdogs in that game, I'm pretty sure. I think. I'm not totally sure, but that might be the easiest pick, I think, out of all of them. New Mexico's hot. Clemson, didn't they lose their first game in the ACC tournament?
I think.
Yeah, but I'll also say this: I that whole staying hot from a tournament, that's not a thing. I mean,
it might not be.
NC State's going out in the first round.
Oh, I agree.
NC State's going out in the first round.
As sad as it is to say, I kind of agree with that.
I know I hate that for everybody. Are we moving to the South? Did we declare?
Yeah.
Have y'all declared?
I have North Carolina making it. I have North Carolina.
Final Four?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Not that I want them to, but I have them there. Yeah, the South. This is I have chaos in this shit. Absolute pandemonium.
I got a couple.
Oh wait, no, this is not my never mind. That's the Midwest. I get them mixed up. The South being in the right corner, the top right corner, does not make sense to me. Should be in the bottom left or the bottom right. The West, it just doesn't
fair.
Based off geographical, it doesn't make sense.
I thought it used to be East was top right, South.
The East
West,
is always
Midwest.
top. Yeah, I think that's what it was. They must have just changed it this year.
I don't know.
No, I think you're right because the East has always been in the top left because that's always the number 1 overall seed is in that one.
Yeah.
The big question on this one is how far do you have JMU going?
I have them going to the round of 32. It's Duke.
I haven't actually. No, I haven't. Nope. No. Here's your inside
Yeah, I know.
information. Duke and the first weekend do not go well together.
Yeah, I know that, but I think they're gonna get past.
I have them going
Just
to the Sweet
vibes. It's all
16.
vibes.
I got Sweet 16. Yeah, I got JMU.
I mean,
to the Sweet
JMU is
16.
gonna beat Wisconsin.
I think so.
I think I'm gonna have the play-in game beat Florida.
Yep.
Even though they should, I think Florida has. I think they might rally around that dude. I mean, that looked like a horrible injury. But that's pretty much it for upsets. I want to roll with NC State, but Texas Tech is always a very solid team.
And in all honesty, it's like
NC State's not that good either.
Did you watch the
Give
ACC
me some
championship?
DJ Burns.
I was working, but
did you watch it, Brandon?
I watched the title game.
Okay, did you saw like the amount of like just ugly shots that they took that just like it would bounce off the back rim, go up, and then just drop. There was one, I shit you not, DJ Burns just did this. He just threw it over his head and it went in. No, he's not.
I mean, he's fun. He's fun to watch, though.
No, that's fine.
Big
Everybody
man
loves
with
a big
court
fat
vision
man.
and got a nice little baby hook.
Dude, he's like that guy Escalade.
No, this is fine for me, man. I'm all about NC State winning that game because that just kept Kevin Keats around and we can beat the shit out of him for many more years to come. He saved his job.
Yeah.
And they will have an NCAA tournament appearance in the rafters.
I hate that they do that. I hate that they get put in the rafters.
If
they do it
because they don't have anything.
I got a lot
riding on just teams.
It's them and Jim Valvano. It's NCAA tournament appearances and Jim Valvano.
Yeah.
I got a lot riding on that playing game too between Boise State and Colorado because I think if Colorado wins, I got them going to losing in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I can see that
because Marquette is not a second weekend team at all usually. So sticking with that.
No. Yeah, I'm debating on that one still. I'm debating on if Marquette's going to make it. Like I said, second weekend or second round, Texas Tech over Kentucky. That criteria.
I'm taking it.
They don't make the Sweet 16. Just Kentucky is such a big Final Four pick too. I don't get it.
They are my Final Four pick.
That's insane. That's getting broken so bad. The Kentucky, they play one team that can defend the three well and plays good defense. They're fucked. They're so fucked. They play no defense.
I saw another thing that it was something about no team that hasn't finished 10th in offensive and defensive have never won the national championship, and that negates like Marquette. It negates Marquette.
Yeah, Marquette is they're like a team that you make. They're like a Sweet 16 team. That's kind of what they are this year. Possibly. If not, they don't even make that. But that's all. That's all.
I've got Texas Tech going to the Elite Eight playing Houston.
Yeah, right now I have that. I think I might change that too. I have Marquette making it to the Elite Eight, but I slowly but surely talking myself out of that. Actually, fuck it. If Colorado wins, I'm going to pick them to the Sweet 16. They're going to lose to Texas Tech, and Texas Tech is going to be in the Elite Eight.
Wow.
And obviously, we know who they're going to play. They're playing Duke. Duke is going to beat JMU, then Houston, and they're going to make the Final Four.
Oh, I make one bracket every year when they're on opposite sides, and that is Duke and North Carolina. It's not this one, but I always do a Duke North Carolina national championship.
I'm kind of rooting for it.
Who wouldn't? Who would? It would be the greatest college basketball game ever. The only thing that would have made it better is if they've played one time in the NCAA tournament, and it was that Final Four. Out of all of the times that they've played, there was one other time back in the 90s. North Carolina and Duke were both in the Final Four, and North Carolina ended up losing, and then Duke ended up winning the whole thing.
That was at the Leitner year, the turnaround shot?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Against Kentucky, yeah.
Actually, the state of North Carolina used to have this thing called the Big Four tournament, and so in any given year, there was the potential for 5 North Carolina Duke matchups because it was the 2 regular, the Big Four, the ACC tournament, and then the NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm. Also, okay, this is just me being a Duke guy, but also the reason why I feel like Duke has it this year, they have good depth scoring. They have a really good starting 5. But the court storming thing, and then the trip against North Carolina. I was all the way back in. I saw the trip, and I'm like, I'm in. This is what Duke needs. They need a devil on their team, a villain. They need it. Like Kyle Filipowski, he looks the part, and I was like, I was waiting.
White guy.
I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this guy, my Polak brother. I was waiting for this guy to become the villain. He just looks like it. I was like, it's Christian Laettner all over again. I was waiting for it.
Christian Laettner, Grayson Allen, Kyle Singler.
Yeah, I was just waiting for it. I was like, he's got it. Something's got to happen. The court storming happened. I was like, okay, we're almost there. And then North Carolina happened. I'm like, finally, it happened. We're all the way back in. Duke is back. Duke is fucking back. I think they have what it takes to make the Final Four this year. It's just something about it. They might not win, but I think something about this team that literally they could be like a fucking 6 seed, but they're a 4 seed this year. They could be a 6 seed. That trip was all I needed to see to sell me on Duke. That's all it took. All it took. I mean, even though they didn't, when they lose their first game in the ACC tournament?
Yeah.
Second, I thought.
No, it was first. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I
mean,
because I think didn't they lose to NC State?
They lost to
right
NC
away?
State.
They did,
Yeah,
but I thought that was the second. Oh, it was their first game. It was NC State's second. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
yeah. But
So
They had a bye.
I mean, there is a statistic out there that teams that haven't made it to the semifinals of their conference tournament have never made the Final Four. I have 2 teams that don't fit that criteria in the Final Four. But I feel like this is the year to break it because the committee got fucked by all these bid sealers. The committee fucked over all these teams. I think there's going to be some trends. Maybe not the KenPom trends of the champion, but like some trends are going to be broken this year. And Duke is going to be one of those teams. Oh God, I'm so in on Duke this year. I don't know. I also just love that Andrews loves North Carolina, so that like this is just I like the little rivalry here. I don't know. I like don't watch college basketball like all year, but I like once it gets into conference play, and I always watch Duke Carolina every time, and I get hyped every time. I didn't watch
Did you enjoy your
the
16.5 seconds of lead this year?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the first game, fucking Harrison Ingram. That guy
16.5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's fine. Harrison Ingram pissed me the fuck off. That's where I started to hate him. He also reminds me of Draymond Green a lot, so that's why I really don't like him. He's like undersized.
North Carolina beat the shit out of Draymond Green in the 09.
But I'm just saying, he reminds me a lot of Draymond. He can hit the 3 sometimes. He's a great rebounder. He gets physical. He's undersized. He's not a horrible passer.
You don't like him because he's good?
No,
he plays for North Carolina, but he reminds me of Draymond as well. Not like because he's like an ass, but I don't know. I just don't like North Carolina. I don't know.
The mental gymnastics here are crazy.
Yeah. Now this is kind of my region of chaos.
Are you sure? You said that for
Midwest?
like all the other ones.
Well, I got a lot of upsets in this one. I got technically TCU. I'm rolling with TCU again. I had Utah State, but I'm rolling back with my TCU. I wish
TCU
fucking last
also.
year was so sad. But yeah, and McNeese State. This is also a biased pick. And like they're really good though, so like that also just
I've got
makes
McNeese
sense. But
and TCU.
yeah, fuck Gonzaga. Like they shouldn't be a 5 seed.
They suck.
Yeah.
And Kansas, I got
Mark Hughes
Sanford beating.
trash.
I got Sanford
Yeah.
too.
I got Sanford beating Kansas. Kansas is
No, because that kid's back.
yeah, but
I think Kansas
haven't
got
played in a
something to prove.
while. They haven't played in a while. They have no depth. Their starters are going to have to play 35 minutes minimum. They have no depth. I don't think they can do it. They're going to lose.
No matter.
They won't make it far. And then I have Oregon.
I do too.
beating
You got Oregon over South Carolina?
Yeah.
No, I got South Carolina going to the Elite
Wow,
Eight.
that's surprising.
And I'll tell you why. I think Creighton is frauds. I think
No!
I do.
No,
Creighton is so good.
they're my elite.
They were so good last year.
I think they're frauds. I really do. And I think South Carolina's going to go on one of those hot runs again because it's Phoenix. And I think I've got them playing Tennessee in the Sweet 16. And I think round 3 goes to Tennessee or goes to South Carolina. I think they get hot.
Yeah.
I like that new coach. And that's me being like trying to not be that biased, but I've thought Creighton was frauds all year. I don't think Oregon's that good. I think South Carolina just has an easy path to the Sweet 16, and they've already played Tennessee. So like I really do think that they could take it down and sneak into the Elite Eight. I think that's my thing. I don't think they win past that, but they just have like that side in general, I think is the easiest. I think they actually have like that little section. Whoever's in there has the easiest path to the Sweet 16. And Tennessee's also historically good at choking.
Yeah, Rick Barnes.
Yeah.
Who
I hate.
I couldn't be further like I'm so much different. My bracket is I got Creighton obviously beating Oregon because Oregon beating South Carolina. I think that's just gonna happen. Tennessee, Texas, Rick Barnes rematch. I'm pretty sure he's coach at Texas. I think Texas is just like they're
Coach
just
Durant.
They're not as flashy.
There's
as
such
last year.
there's such an up and down team. If Max A-Smith can fucking get lightning in a bottle, they can make a run. But they're so up and down.
If Virginia wins, I can actually see Virginia beating Texas because of how ugly. If they can control the entire tempo, like that's the problem. Is like it's so hard to bet for or against Virginia because you just never know.
Yeah, no, I agree. The only issue is Virginia's down 20 with 7 minutes left.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
There is a
if they can't control the pace and they can't keep the thing is they can control the pace, but if they can't keep up with the scoring, they're screwed.
Mm-hmm.
They're at 33 points right now with 7 minutes left in the game.
There you go.
So
I don't know. Oregon.
So we got Texas versus Colorado State, and I just think that favors Texas more.
Oregon is such a divisive team though, because they do not look good in like their statistics and anything like that, but they have the ability to play both ways according to the trapezoid of excellence, more than South Carolina does, because South Carolina slows the ball down, and they play about the same net adjusted rating of opponents. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
They're 51 and 59.
I don't know. I think, and Oregon had to win their way in, so I'm going with Oregon.
Never mind. I have Colorado State beating Texas.
Okay.
Mountain West. I love the Mountain West is really good. I also just think that Texas they're so up and down, and I feel like they have to play a great game. They're like the one team in the Big 12 where the Big 12 factor doesn't help them because they are a sporadic team. I got Tennessee beating. I'd have them beating Colorado. Then Creighton beating Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I got McNeese making it to Sweet 16 over Sanford. Then and then I want to pick Tennessee or Purdue because Dalton Connect's awesome, and I think Tennessee's a fun team. But Rick Barnes will find a way to choke. And then it's Purdue, so I got Creighton in the Final Four. I think Creighton is just as good, if not better, than they were last year, and they made it to the Elite Eight.
See, I got the same matchup as you as Purdue and Creighton, but I went with Purdue.
I can see that too.
Yeah, like
they're actually good this year. That's the thing. They were good last year, but they're so much better this year, which is the scary thing.
It's all going to depend if Zach Edey can get into his bag of one dribble, arms up, elbows. And like seeing what the refs do, because it's not, you don't get Big 10 refs, or
they won't.
It would be SEC or I guess Big 12 refs. No, not Big 12, Big East. So it has to be some like third party ref, and see those they're usually more fairly called, it seems, or they have like a vendetta against Zach Edey. They don't call fouls for him. But I think I don't know. Braden Smith has come alive this year. From 3-point. They got Fletcher Lawyer who can lay it up. Mason Gillis is just like the perfect 6-man. And then Lance Jones just ties it all together.
Lance Jones. I fucking love that guy.
I love that man.
I kind of like that guy because I saw him. He's like a senior, and I'm like, they needed the leadership. He drew like 2 charges in like a minute span when I was watching him in the Big Ten tournament. I was like, bro, this guy is what they needed.
Yeah.
Also, I just made a change because Colorado State's going to win, so they're going to be the one team in the play-in and win. Florida, Sweet 16 over Marquette, losing to Texas Tech. So I think Florida now. I still felt it, but I just felt like I thought Virginia was going to win, maybe. So I was like, ugh, I'm not going to pick Virginia. But Florida rallying their boy and the team to the Sweet 16 because Marquette, like we said, just does not make it there. All right, Final Four. Wait.
Andrew, who you got?
Oh, he said he's
Midwest?
contemplating now. Yeah, who do you have?
I got Purdue, and I just like it.
You hate it.
What? No,
Who wants to pick?
I hate having all ones.
Also,
like I hate, but I think Purdue is going to the national championship. I think they're beating.
Oh, so you have Houston out of the South?
I do, and I don't like that. And I really don't like that. I almost want to take Texas Tech.
See, this is why I think this is the region of chaos because chokers in Purdue, chokers in Tennessee. Creighton has the ability to get there, but they could also lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Andrew has, if South Carolina can get hot, they very well could go back to the Final Four. But I don't think they're going to win. But if they like,
you know what? We're going South Carolina. We're putting them in. We're getting a repeat of back in the day, 2017.
Also,
yeah, no, like I'm saying, like this is the region where like if Kansas can figure their shit out, like this is the region where you're going to see maybe a higher seed make it out of the to the Final Four.
Also, something to keep in mind is that Purdue is just following the path of 2019 Virginia. Lose to the 16 seed the year prior. Maybe they're going to win.
Also, Purdue's of teams that have lost to a 16 seed in the first round went on the next year to win the national championship.
Exactly.
There's your insider info.
But the thing is, their draw is like like I said, like if me and Brandon we have McNeese and Sanford winning, that means they play a 12 or 13 seed in the Sweet 16. Their path is incredibly easy to the Elite Eight. If McNeese and Sanford win against Kansas and Gonzaga, one of them is guaranteed a Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
That Purdue's path is really easy to the Elite Eight, in my opinion. Because if somehow Gonzaga makes it, I don't think Gonzaga is going to be able to compete with Purdue.
No.
I don't know.
I cannot believe I'm doing this again.
Yeah, this region is crazy because even TCU, they could get lightning in a bottle and they could beat Purdue. They could beat other teams. I don't know. There's a lot of Big 12 teams in this region. There's 3?
42nd, average 83. Those two are really similar. They're real similar. But Purdue's perfect 7-0 against top 25. But who have they played? Wisconsin, Michigan State. That is such a weak. They just, outside of Illinois, they beat Illinois by 6. So you got to account for fouls there. They lost to Ohio State.
Talking about Purdue?
They really.
Purdue got Ohio State got hot though at the end.
Yeah, but I'm saying
that's when they were hot.
Indiana is the only team that they kind of beat the crap out of. They beat Minnesota by 8. So you got
Minnesota,
and they beat Rutgers really bad, but Rutgers is trash. They
Minnesota's
beat Illinois.
The spread merchants this year. They covered every spread. They covered almost every spread this year.
And they lost to Wisconsin.
That's crazy that Minnesota how committed they were. They were like the most profitable team against the spread this year. I think they finished 26 and 5 against the spread, something like that, which is absolutely insane.
I just don't like. Dude, I'm with you. I do not like these brackets. I don't like these.
It's bad. The committee sucked.
I really.
Well, no, I think some of the twos
Arizona, I get.
Iowa State should have been State should have been a 1 seed.
Over who? Not over North Carolina. I'd take your bias and shove it.
Yeah. No, it's not even bias. They won their conference tournament. It should have been the reason.
By that logic, NC State should be a 1 seed.
Well, no. Iowa State
was a top team all year.
Yeah, and they were higher in the AP poll than North Carolina, and they didn't get the 1 seed. I don't know. I think it's biased towards North Carolina because they're a blue blood.
Fair
I
enough.
mean,
That-
you can say that. I mean, I'll give you that. I mean, there probably is a little bit there, but I mean, you went 6-2. You've got wins against. Hang on, let me look at the last 10.
Ugh.
Last 10.
Oh,
I mean,
let's
dude, you won
go.
one.
I can't believe you have a chalk. I can't believe you were about to have a chalk Final Four. That's only happened once.
Yeah, and I hate it. That's why I didn't want to put it.
The only time it's ever happened was 2008. Memphis,
Oh, yeah.
Kansas, Jalen, or
Florida.
Wait.
or
Yeah, because we played Kansas in the
Derrick
Elite Eight.
Rose.
Yeah, we played Kansas in the Elite Eight. They were up by 30. We cut it to 2, and that was all they could do. And then the next year, we came back with a vengeance.
Holy crap.
Tyler hands, bro.
Do I want Illinois over UConn?
Yes. Why not?
Well, you gotta just pick McNeese to go all the way. Why not?
Brandon, what do I think? Or do I want to take Iowa State over? Does
See, that's the thing,
Iowa
though, is
State
like-
have that much to prove?
See, you can't keep smack talking Iowa State and then be like, oh well, maybe I'll pick
Yeah.
them.
No, I'm saying like I'm trying to think. Like I'm trying to like, are they
I
going to
just
have
don't think
something to
that, I
play
think
for?
this is going to be one of the years where we don't see like a mid-major make the Final Four because the mid-majors are kind of bad this year.
The one that has
I mean, the
best
only
chance is
mid-major is
Drake or
No.
Mountain West.
Mountain West, New Mexico. New Mexico is going to be so fun to watch.
Richard Pitino, baby.
I mean, so UConn and Illinois.
I also love the videos of people are like criteria for national titles, and they go, "There hasn't been a back-to-back champion since 2008." That eliminates UConn. Like UConn isn't like the best team by far, and it's
Yeah.
not even close. Like realistically, UConn should fucking destroy everyone until the Final Four and then win the title.
do you want to see this or hear the thing
I mean, they kick
found?
Marquette's ass.
It's by what's it called? Sportsbettingdime.com. Just some dude wrote it. And here's the pedigree you gotta have. So you gotta have 2 of the top 3 scorers are juniors or seniors. Proven coaches with at least a 64% lifetime winning percentage and more than 10 years coaching experience. Top 5
Yeah, you
in
need-
ESPN BPI. Hit 36% of 3-pointers and rank in the top 75 in 3-point percentage. And then rank in the top 25 in the Ken Palm adjusted defensive efficiency.
Yeah.
And then you go with the trapezoid of excellence just to confirm
Hey.
your picks.
You know who's not in the trapezoid of excellence, Brandon?
Who?
I'm pretty sure North Carolina's not in the trapezoid of
They're on
excellence.
the
or are they?
fringe.
Yeah. You
Them
know who's
and
in
Duke
the
are on the fringe.
Duke is more in than North Carolina.
They are more
though.
in, but they're on the
Yeah.
fringe.
All right. I will say my.
Can
Why
I
is
say-
Gonzaga in there? Boo.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Gonzaga
Uh,
sucks.
Does Hubert's assistant coaching count
What?
in that whole
He
little?
probably. Oh yeah, because he wasted last year.
He did waste last
In
year.
what?
In
For
like
the
the
criteria.
experience. Yeah. Does
Oh,
that
definitely
count?
not.
I can't imagine it does.
No. Wait, what do you mean he wasted last year?
Because they're number
We
one.
sucked last year.
And
We started number 1 and we fucking sucked.
yeah.
Did they even make the tournament last year?
No, and we did not go.
Oh,
to
that's
the
right. They were
NIT.
so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
we
too
lost.
big. They're way too big for the NIT.
Yeah, no,
Wait.
they all the players were like, we're not playing.
You know what? I'll take my Iowa win over Kansas State just now. Some boys.
All right. My Final Four is I got UConn out of the East, North Carolina out of the what is that? The West.
The West.
Mhm.
I really want New Mexico to win that. South, I got Duke, and I got Creighton out of the Midwest.
Oh, go Andrew. I'm looking up something.
Oh, I'll just say I have UConn and Duke in the final, and I have UConn winning. I want to pick Duke so bad, but they don't fall in that criteria of the Ken Bomb stuff. But they do, but they don't. Their coach doesn't have enough experience.
Oh, that's right.
that no coach has ever won in their first 5 years as a head coach. So Hubert Davis out.
Yeah. Records were meant to be broken.
That's why I said this could be the year. This could be the year. And
No,
Duke's going to do it. I'm kidding.
I've got UConn, UNC, Houston, and South Carolina. And I've got UNC and Houston. And UNC's winning. UNC's getting that UConn revenge from the beginning of the season.
I'm surprised you did not pick South Carolina. Just an Andrew battle.
Dude, I got really nervous.
Houston, literally, they are so good. The only issue is they hit such lulls in scoring. That is their biggest issue. Like, they very well could easily win the whole thing. That's what team. Yeah, they have really good rebounding, which you need in this. Wow, I'm so excited. I can't wait for March. I can't wait for Thursday.
Hey,
what?
Calm down. I still gotta go.
Well, I'm just saying I'm excited. You can go.
It sounded like you're about to wrap up there.
No, I was just saying I'm so excited. I can't wait because I am so in now. I bought into the whole thing. I bought into Duke. I haven't bought into a Duke since like Zion. There hasn't been a team like that.
I was really hoping Taco Fall would beat them that year.
That game was nuts.
That's hilarious. All right. For my Final Four, I got Auburn coming out of the East, UNC coming out of the West, Kentucky coming out of the South.
That's gonna fucking blow up in your face. You should change it. You should change that. That stat, Brandon, is gonna. You should change that. You should at least not make the Final Four.
And then I got Purdue. Oh, that's getting worse. I got Purdue out of the South. I have Auburn beating UNC, and then Kentucky beating Purdue, and then Auburn's my national champ.
Ew. That's such a gross final.
That is ugly.
SEC? Ugh.
Oh, but that would be such a fun game because they're so.
Oh, no, it would.
They're up and down the court.
Rivalry.
Rivalry up and down the court. Auburn is in the trapezoid of excellence. That's why I got them being UNC because they got that. I know RJ Davis was the first team All-American, correct?
He had to be.
Yeah, but Auburn's got good. At least two of the top three scorers are juniors or seniors. Johnny Broom just got named to a third team All-American. Good center there. Or I guess good power forward, but whatever. I don't know. You got Chris Beard. I think they can take it down. It just spoke to me. I don't know why. An angel came from heaven above and was like, you should pick Auburn.
Kyle Filipowski legacy run.
Yeah.
That would
just keep falling on the floor and tripping people.
Plus, they have Jeremy Roach. I think he's a top 3 scorer on that team. I'm not totally sure. But if Tyrese Proctor can pull his fucking head out of his ass and learn how to play basketball again, then they're extremely dangerous because Mark Mitchell is just a slasher and just an absolute. He's like the Harrison Ingram of Duke. Probably not that as good as Harrison Ingram, but he does it all. Then you got obviously Filipowski banging down low, and then Jeremy Roach, the consistency. I don't know. I want Duke so bad, so unbelievably bad. All right, well, that is it for our March Madness episode. Big things are on the line. Andrew is fighting for his life. He might very well change his bracket because if he remembers that his wings are on the line, he very well might change it. We'll see though. We'll see. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for us here at Certified Beef. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
See you later.
But now it's